This segment of videos and corresponding texts and support stuff is going to be for my kids, and more importantly, my grandkids. And when you go about the task of wealth building, one of the things that you need to do is to avoid piling up massive debt, which my kids have done a very good job. And they've trained their kids, which is the greatest thing that I could ever see happen in my life. I kind of bothered my kids about credit card bills and different things, and they took it and ran with a whole nother level. And, they grew up their kids to just be super. And kids of kids are going to happen, and hopefully I'm going to be around to see that. But at some time, Big Papa is going to have to ride on ahead, as we say in the motorcycling community, and I'm going to be going to the next place, waiting for all my people to come join me again. But in that in-between time, I want to leave a roadmap of how I did what I did. And as I am like to say, I don't try to tell people what to do. I like to say, here's what I did, and this is what happened. And then when my kids get control of all of the things we've built, they're smart. And they don't need me to write down a video of what I did and what I think they should do 40 years from now. I don't have that gear. They will. And they'll see what's ahead of them. And they're very smart, all of them. And so I'm doing this way because this is me speaking to my kids. And, probably my wife, too, because if something ever happens to me, she's going to have to start looking shit up. And I'm going to try and detail in a series of videos and website pages on markhope.com that will chronicle what you should do. Then they can access the private records that we have. I'm not going to put all the private stuff on there, but how to do it and what we did is definitely going to be on there. And the reason for that is, if anyone can look over our shoulders and say, hey, that old grandpa guy is trying to teach his kids, what he did and help his grandkids, maybe we should look and see what's going on. And that's why I'm structuring it this way. And I'll also answer questions on my TikTok channel, and you can send me an email or whatever, and I'll try to answer your individual questions, just because that's what I do. I'm an old man just trying to get into heaven, so I try to help as many people as I can. And so this is going to be a series of probably shorter stuff, and it's going to be a little disjointed at first. I'm going to organize it all on YouTube, and then it'll get reshuffled onto markhope.com income real estate, / income real estate, something like that. And then I'll have, a chapter 1 through 30, and then it'll go to the Hope Metaversity, and it will be turned into a class. And, it all depends on how much I'm screwing around and scuba diving and doing all the things that I'm going to do with my new kidney that I got from my son-in-law. And, we're going to have some fun in life. So I may be making videos out on the road and organize them, but, I'm not saying when this will get done. But if you want to watch along the way, I'm going to try to use some real examples on some of this stuff so it makes sense. Like the first video that I'm going to make is, where did all this start? What happened? How did you do this? And I'm going to try to explain what the first couple of moves were. And I'm probably going to do a chapter on when I left corporate America, Had to turn down the air conditioner. I didn't realize it was going. So that's why my videos are not of very high quality. I want to provide good content, but my videos are not art. So anyways, I'll probably start off with, how I got started and what I think is important. But you can do this kind of thing on little bits of money. And it's at what level you're doing and knowing what's an asset and not an asset. And like I said, I'd like to do a chapter on everything. Like, is a mobile home a good investment? And the answer to that is going to be in that show, but it's not. But I'm going to make these videos. I enjoy making these videos. And if one person gets helped, hopefully it's my own family that gets a little bit of a better grip on what they want to do with their life and their early retirement and how to have an income stream so they don't have to worry about your pile going down. And that's why, we don't think about money as a pile, because you're taking away from all the time and it's getting smaller, and that makes you crazy. We think about our money as a river of money. And when you need something, you ladle into the river and use it, and then more flows by. We've got a running with, river of money all the time. And that's how we look at it. And that's how I want you guys to be, where you've got money saved up, but you've also got money that comes in every month forever. And so we'll talk about the facets of the real estate game. And I'm also sharing this content with my business partners that we do in the educational LLC portion of our charity stuff that we do. And, I want to see every single American family own a home free and clear. So if you live in a $700,000 house that has a big old mortgage on it, your next goal should be to buy another house. $100,000 house, whatever it is, have a house that if the worst thing happened, you could all move into the rental. And I can't tell you how many times my wife and I have said that. Oh, if this partner screws me or things go off the rails, we could always move into the rental. And that gives you a lot of security. So if you're interested in these videos, I'm going to try to figure out a way to tag them and group them and organize them on YouTube and the website. But if you find it interesting, I'm going to tell a bunch of stories.